Hello everybody, welcome to another video. It's going to be another live stream. I am your personal funky sim pilot. My name is Arkady Gidzenko and I will be your captain for today. And we've got a nice little sightseeing flight planned for today's flight. We are currently sitting at the beautiful airport of Split in Croatia, and we will be doing a little VFR, sort of IFR flight to the Dubrovnik airport, which is also in Croatia. It's going to be about 1 hour en route time, and as you can see, we're using the PA44 Seminole. It's a twin engine prop, as you can see. This one I got from the Coronado.com website. The link is in the description, so you can check it out for yourself. And it's a payback aircraft, but it's a very nice one. I believe there's one minor little bug in the some of the I believe in the electrical system readout, but you know it's fine. It works nice. It sounds good. It feels good. It's a lovely plane. And for today's flight, it's going to fit its purpose very well. So as you can see behind us, it's the hills of Split in Croatia, and let's just have a little look around at the airport. Personally, I am not familiar with the area whatsoever, but that should not pose any kind of problem. I am familiar with the aircraft and I am familiar with the sky, so that should not be too big of a problem, I would assume. So let's just go and jump into the flight deck, and I'm not really sure if you call this a flight deck. It's more like a car with wings. And I'll also show you the routing that I had in mind. So for today's flight, let's go to the SkyVector website. So basically, we will be taking off here from the Split airport. And depending on the wind, we either go this way or we go this way. But either way, we will turn to the south and we go and fly towards this VOR right here. It's the Split VOR, Sierra Papa Lima 115.0, so we're going to enter that into our radio stack or in the nav1 radio, and we're just going to fly an outbound radio of 129 degrees for about 90 nautical miles, and at which point it looks like there should be another VOR, I believe, although it doesn't really show on the chart as such, so unless I am going a little blind. But it says the Brock VOR 115.45, so it's good that there is at least a short leg in the flight plan. And then we have a longer leg, 84 nautical miles. It's going to be outbound of 116 degrees on the outbound radio for the Brock VOR. And this will be, what was it, 84 nautical miles, so this will actually go straight to our destination. Here I believe they had the Dubrovnik VOR, they did not put it in yet, so let's put it in now. There you go. So that is now. That's beautiful. Can we switch these around? Do we need to? Do we want to? No, it's probably fine. There are some NDBs there, so that we could use, but personally I do not have too much experience with those yet. Basically they're just non-directional beacons. They do not have any DME, so no distance measuring equipment, so they're just little pointers, and they will just show you where the NDB is located on the ground. Since the VOR is probably active, I don't think we're going to be needing them for today's flight. So that's it in a nutshell. I've been told this is a really beautiful route. Since the area where I'm currently at, this is not going to happen in real time, so we chose for the beautiful clear skies and somewhere early in the morning, around 10 or 11, I believe it was. Okay, so let's just get rid of the map for now, but we'll just hang on a little second. So you have all these little islands here that we'll be flying over, and there's the coastline, there's some elevation, as you can see right there. So might be an interesting place. I know that Split definitely is a tourist area as well. So I would be surprised if this would just look like an old school bus. It's probably going to look a lot prettier than that. Okay, so now we're actually going to get rid of the chart once and for all. Well, not maybe not once and for all. Okay, so here we are. For now, let's just open the window. Looks like it's a nice day. So we are on the Piper, or sorry, the PA44 Seminole. Actually, not really sure it's a Piper. It's maybe very bad on my part. What do I know? I'm just a simple man with a very complex psychology. Okay, so we turn on the battery master switch and the alternator left and right. So we just going to start up the sucker now and turn on the magnetors for the left and the right engine. There you go. The safeguards had to come off for a bit. And we turn on the fuel pump, and you can actually hear it kicking in. It's doing the whirring sound. Way you can hear. And we're going to set the mixture to full rich with the starting of the engine. For now, this should be enough. If we also select the fuel tanks, we're going to select both of them, fuel tank left and fuel tank right. And I believe this should be it for now. We can leave the carb heat, I believe. I'm going to do something I will check in a little bit later. For now, I'm not doing this. So let's go start up engine number one. To me, that looks like a successful engine start. Engine number two is still sleeping, but we're not going to let it sleep on the job for too long, and we're engaging it now. And there you go. You got good on the engine. The PA44 Seminole. Here at the Split Airport in Croatia. Okay, so now we got this out of the way. Excuse the bad camera angling there. Let's first reset the altimeter. That is fine now. So probably 2992 or 1013 since we're in Europe. So let's turn on the landing lights, navigation lights, strobe lights, the recount lights. Radio master, this will turn on all our radionics, which we are going to be needing. We do not engage the autopilot button just yet. I believe you could just go the VFR, but my experience is it seems to change every now and then, so I'm just going to leave it as it is. It's just a little bit high candy if you like such candy. Okay, so this aircraft works slightly differently from other aircraft, so I basically have to remind myself, this is your nav tool or your com tool, so we can use it as sort of a backup or a temporary thingy. If you want to put the nav tool frequency in here, in your DME equipment, you basically just switch over to the frequency you got it in menu. But if you put it in here, and then this one should follow the Garmin, the GPS. Okay, so enough babble. Let's have a look at the flight plan one more time. So the split VOR is the first one. I'll just show you real quick so you can see what we're doing. So the split VOR is the first one we're going to enter, which is the frequency 115.7. You can also see that the Morse code this literally means Sierra Papa Sleep. So you can use the volume buttons, but I'm not sure if it's been modeled either in the simulator or in this particular aircraft. But it is something that you really need to do in real life. It is something to actually stress, because accidents can actually happen because pilots might be busy during the flight, and then they get their little board computer, the flight management system, and they put in Sierra Papa Lima, that they accidentally choose Sierra Papa Lima at the Amsterdam airport, for instance, which is like totally the other way around. And they might not run out of fuel, run into problems, you know, they get off the course, get, you know, all kinds of so it's always important to make sure to verify that you're actually flying towards the correct frequency. So the frequency is 115.7, so I would assume there's nothing can go wrong. Probably just a rookie there. 115.7, so I believe that was not fully correct. You put it in here, I believe, 115.7, and only then it will change it there. Something like that. So 115, and we go to the decimal 7. There you go. And I see the V-lock here has changed. And we can now just put this back, and now we have a readout. So the VOR is at 2.4 DME, 2.4 nautical miles from our current location. So that's basically what we're going to do. I believe these two, yes, I believe this one is your nav2, and this one is your nav1. So if you want to now set the heading, it should be south, so we need to go to the right. Which one now, other direction please. Just turn the little button there. And now you can see this one's telling you which heading to fly. You need to fly a heading of 169 out of 170. And it says here 169 out of the chart, so that would make sense. So we got this. We could maybe also, if you want to be extra cautious, also put the heading bug there. But we could maybe also use the heading bug for one of the runways. Like I suggest we do that just as sort of a backup. So the engines are warming up. It's good. What else do we need to do? We have to find out the meter. Let's see if we can use Microsoft Flight Simulator's meter system for this flight. It does not always appear to work. And obviously it's not going to work because we are not using real world time plan. So we're just going to close this and just have a look around with our drone. Changing drone speed so we have a little more speed in. Let's look for the wind. So I believe I saw one windsock earlier actually. There you go. So there's not a lot of wind at all. And if any direction, it is coming from there. So we should just drive to the other end of the runway right over there. So that's exactly what we're going to do. There's no taxiway, so we're going to have to turn around. But on the other end, we do not need the whole runway. But probably for procedure's sake, it's probably best just to go drive there. From the skies, you can have a look here at the split area. So let's just do that for 1 second before we fly. You see there's some nice little harbor thingies around there. There's definitely a lot of islands, so this must be a very rich area, I would say. There's the sun in the sky, it's coming up. And, you know, right here at the coastline, there's already mountainous area. So it's actually really pretty. What do we have here? This looks like, okay, so there's a highway. Probably the highway you take to get to and from the airport. And there's the off-ramp right here. I would assume, at least. Not really sure what they're doing here. Okay, no problem, it's not of our concern. We just go back to our PA44, get inside, do not go to the wrong airplane. If your boss go to get rid of this. Probably the owner of the aircraft too. Okay, so we're inside, so I guess we're almost ready to taxi. It is still a little bit darkish inside, so I'm just going to make use of this luxury and get a little more panel lighting going on, illuminating a little bit more. Just ever so slightly, but it's fine. One other thing to check, as soon as we tell the autopilot to start following the navigation, what is it going to follow? Is it going to follow GPS or is it going to follow the net one radius, which is basically this one, and this one you can see here. It is still to V-lock, so that's good. That's what you see there. If you choose the correction, what's it called again, CDI. Oh man, you got course deviation indicator. You can also set it to GPS, and then it will follow the GPS, but we are going to follow the V-lock. So this was good, but you do have to check. We have to turn on the autopilot. We can arm it for nav, or rearm it for heading, for the runway heading. And let's quickly have a look at the direction of the runway. We should be able to go. So direction, let's see, Lima. What's the Lima Delta Sierra Papa? So let's pull up the chart. You just go to the taxi chart. Probably this one's fine. No, only this one. So we're going to take off this direction. Well, I landed this up. Damn it, I forgot. Actually, okay, so it's either a 049 or 23. So we just see this when we get there. You can section see now. There. So that's going to be our direction 023 or actually 5. Or 0, something like that. That should be fine. We just need picking. Okay, so parking brakes released, and the flaps are set to 1. Let's just close the little window here. Because, you know, we do not want to crash the air. Okay, so power, little bit of power to the engine. There's a car coming to wave goodbye to us. Goodbye, thank you for having us. Hope to see you next time. Okay, and we're just taxiing. A little bit confused. Not to believe we should be following this little road. So let's look outside before we do anything crazy. Probably go a little bit more. My apologies. Sometimes you get a little confused when you're looking at these lights. Yes, we are almost on the way. Watch speed a little bit. So we're just going to assume that we are clear to enter the runway, so that there is no traffic. Could have an external view there, just for a second. Usually I try not to do that too much, because it sort of takes away from the immersion and the realism, if you will, you know, like when you're actually flying an aircraft. This is a luxury you do not have. And I tell you, if you were a real pilot, you could just use it all the time, if you would, you know. Probably would use it walking to the grocery store, you know, just to see what's around the corner. Okay, so a little more power. And before we take off, I also want to reset just again course deviation indicator. I believe it's called CDI there. I believe that's actually what this what they both. I maybe should just stop talking. So just a little disclaimer: by no means in any way is this video to be regarded as a tutorial or anything. Definitely not intended for real use in the actual world, in an actual airplane, or actual people living their lives, you know, under our rattlers' wings. It's just to get some little fun going and maybe a little role playing here and there. Let's just have a look here. We're not going to be needing this. So let's just turn around here in any case. to a really sharp 180. I like how you can hear all the pedals making all these sounds, man. They done it really nice. Okay, so we're lining ourselves up here. Now we're getting ready for the flight. So let's just full stop, parking brake set. Always set the parking brake when you're not moving. So let's reset now the correct heading for the navigation. Should be that. So that's where the VOR is. It's really close by. Maybe it's actually not a bad idea to also check. Oh, I'm so sorry. It was still on the. Oh, you missed all of this, man. That feels so stupid. Would nobody say Arkady? You're just showing a stupid map all the time. Okay, so I very much apologize for that. I'm really very sorry. I will show you what you missed a little bit. Won't take too long, but you're looking outside, and yeah, it looks like you missed all of that. That was not my intention. So here's a little overview of the area that we are at. So we're just chilling there at the runway. It should all be fine. So this is the area. So we were right there, and then we taxied this way. Okay, so that's where we are now. That's where we are from. And I was just showing you the area. Here you have the coastline, and there is immediately to the right you can see there's a lot of hills going on, and which probably just turn into mountains if you just keep on going land inwards. Again, I'm not familiar with the area myself. And look at this beautiful sea there with lots of islands. That's what I was saying earlier, probably when you were still looking at the chart. Maybe I was wrong, maybe I'm wrong, but I believe this was the case and you didn't see anything for like a whole 5 minutes. So again, my apologies. Okay, so here we are. Let's just keep on moving then. Let's get us back into the cockpit there. And so this is where our VOR is pointing. And now I am going to switch back to the Skyvector website because I needed some information. Which is the second VOR, which is the block VOR, that is 116. What is its frequency? That's what we want to know. 115.45. So I put it in 115.45. Put it in here for now. Okay, so we enter this. I believe if we now activate this on the nav2, I believe it should be slave to this one. But actually this one should be slave to the nav2. It is on, it should all be fine. We got heading, so we'll leave it at heading. The autopilot is not yet engaged, so that's good. Yeah, so I think we're good to go. Maybe one more thing, and just setting the runway heading in case we need it, what we want. Okay, so final check the altimeter is correct, the flaps are set. Now I think we're good to go. So Arkady says, let's go. So, cross. For those of you with good ears, that's right, you heard me right, see that the plane was actually accelerating. Just like a stupid thing to do. And I did it anyway. On the live stream, I mean, how about that? Living to the edge. Okay, so let's just take off here. Let's spin the aircraft to stay in a nose up position. Or orientation, if you will. Gear is coming up. Slim up a little more. And the slim for about 90 knots. Around there should be fine. Just level it out a little bit. So it's not climbing too much. The flaps can go up now, this altitude too. Hardly changes anything, which is fine. Okay, so what do we do now? We just took off, so now one more time, set the correct heading, we're to the right of the track, so we should be going left, which is that direction, right there, and we engage the autopilot, and set it to heading, and we set to navigation, and then now it's going to turn left. I always forget this aircraft, let me be really quick here. Let me just turn it off for a second, I will explain to you later what's going on. I always forget when I engage the autopilot that it is also always just going down to the ground for some reason. I'm not really sure why that is, but I know that this aircraft does have altitude hold. And actually, what's the altitude? Let's just go up a little bit, so vertical speed, go up to it, 500, and let's re-engage. So the aircraft, we told the aircraft to climb at 500 feet per minute, and we need to be going a little bit more to the left like that, get right off the track. So we're probably already there, right? 0.8, so it's getting harder. So we're just going to switch to the next frequency, stand by, 105.5, put it in here, 105.5. And this looks a little more stable. Let's have a short look at what we're doing, what the altitude is, maybe just climb a little bit more. Not too much, not too high. Let's go 800 feet per minute, nose up. And let's also enjoy the view external. So that's the split area a little bit. The airport there behind. Already close to the water. Just let's see the unit. There's the sun heating up the water to get it nice and warm for the summertime in a couple of months. But this place is probably going to be filtered water for us. I mean, look at it. It cannot be a mess. Okay, so let's look at what we're doing. 3,000 feet almost. Let's reset the altimeter, which is still fine. The manifold pressure is 6. Following are we following navigation? We are not following navigation. So same heading. It's always a little bit confusing. Just double check it. Six, 5, so we'll go with that. Okay. Zoom out from the GPS and have a look. This makes any kind of sense to us. Maybe it does to you, it does not. But this should be fine. It's flying where we're going. 4,000 feet, so let's just hold the altitude for now here. So the aircraft's now holding altitude. Hey, there is Venus de Milo. Flight control to Major Tom. Sub-unit down. I repeat, sub-unit down. Okay, copy that. Sub-unit Downs confirmed, everybody. So now all remains is the main unit. Very mechanical sound. Yeah, see, that's what I was talking about. Something happened with the sound settings and I really don't know how to fix it. I'm not let's just first get this thing flying because we're flying rather quickly. Just to bring down the RPM a little bit. It is better than the last time. Yes, that's what I thought as well. It is definitely, I also thought it was better, but that's not the event why all of a sudden this is happening. What I did the other day, I had a different kind of issue with my sound system here, here at my home. So what I did is I removed the driver, this normal driver with the sound set, and I reinstalled it. And then it obviously changed some of the settings. And it wasn't like a bunch of settings for the balance, it was an option to mess it up. But the engine is already less it's better. Oh, that's good news. So let's have another look outside for our friend Linus de Milo. So we just got from Split Airport about 7 minutes ago, I believe. And we're now on our way to the second waypoint, the second road. It's called Dubrovnik. Probably pronounce it differently, like Croatia or something. And there's actually an airport there as well. And I can quickly show it. Let me show you on the map. Because we don't know, if you're not quite sure where we are, let me quickly check the DMV reading. So 9.6 nautical miles. So we are 9.6 nautical miles from the Prague airport there. So if this was, how much was this? 19, so yes, we're about halfway. Let's go obviously. Yeah. So this is where I'm going. After that, now that we're on the chart, let's just also get the next frequency, which is Dubrovnik is 115.4. Let's get back to the airplane. 115.4, go to Arkady. This one. 115.4. So basically what we're doing, just flying towards POR. This is counting down to DME, this is measured in equipment. It's now at 93 nautical miles range, and it's decreasing. It's going to go to 9.2 and so on and so forth. Speed's about 122 knots per speed. Let's have another look outside. Have a look at the island that we're about to cross there. But this is definitely a beautiful area. So thank you very much for the tip. Linus de Milo was the one who provided the destination and the departure airport for me. And yeah, that was actually a good call. Definitely looks good. Look at this, man. It's like a little place. Very, very pretty area. Check those houses, man. Imagine you live there, you have a vacation, home, whatever. You work there, whatever. It's really pretty. city coming up to London, the airport there as well, or is it a little further on? We're not here that big. Let's have a look inside, see how far we are. 9.7, it's really slow. 9.8, see, so we probably just passed. Take a look outside. Something you cannot really do in real life, obviously. And I hope I'm not messing it up. But let's have a look. The next one is going to be 115.40. We're going to change this 115.0. And it is not yet picking up. So what we need to do, a little quick, check the charts, fly heading until we get in the range of the VOR. Heading is 116 degrees. We have drifted a little, but I'm nonetheless going to put in 116 degrees now, which is sort of what we're already flying, I believe, but I'm not very convinced. Sometimes, excuse me, sometimes this display sort of confuses me. I just want to get a little close here, a really good look, so 156. What? No, I'm talking out of my ass. 116 degrees. So no, this is definitely not 1. It's not a bit more. 106 should be probably it is. Let me tell the aircraft to fly heading. That can go off. And we're now flying heading. So I'm security. It's the location of the Golden Cape, the Golden Horn. So very long pointy stretch of beach, white sand. So you mean when we just flew over, I would assume we already lived that far. Then it's a really beautiful area, man. Like the way these islands are shaped, like elongated, you know. So not Elon Musk, but elongated. So not built the gates, but elongated. You didn't see it, no. Well, should be fine. Basically what I'm doing now is trying to find the heading from the VOR, the previous VOR. And hopefully we get in range short. But it depends on the VOR, how strong it is. You know, some VORs are stronger than others. And also the higher up in the sky you are, the better visibility, if you will, reception for the VOR. So that also definitely greatly improves your chances of picking up the signal. So now this should be fine, but maybe as a backup, experiment and see if we can also violate the NDF, the NDB, with the Dubrovnik which is 397, 397. This is not go kidding me. Oh, it looks 739. Oh, it's all on this. Yeah, I told you already. I thought it's close to know what I'm doing. Let's try this. It's on the back. So we're just taking out outside of the box. 297 and let's put, hopefully that's picking up here, but it's not yet. But does it make sense actually? Okay, so we're just chilling on our way to our destination with the BOR ticket so that we have some sort of direction. Man, my mom sent me a message. It means I cannot follow what's happening in the chat. So that this message here comes on now. I'm very angry with you. Oh my god, man. She's going to make me eat borscht. This is my grandmother's recipe. Yes, these are some really nice beaches there. There's a place called Swatny Rat. I'm probably completely mispronouncing the hell out of it. So there's the aircraft. Who are we flying with today? It's not Mike. Who the hell are you? It's not Mike. Let's get a little bit closer. Let's first reset position. This just looks painful. Oh, okay, good. How close can we get? I think I know this guy. Oh, that's a weird place. Okay. It's Sebastian. Yeah, now I recognize it. Okay, Sebastian, welcome aboard, my friend. Very nice of you. Like us today. Don't do anything stupid because I see right through you. Okay? Not funny jokes. So still no signal on the 115.4. Let me quickly double check. Dubrovnik is 115.4. Let's see what. So that should be fine. Those are just still too far. Oh, there you go. It's picking up from 75 knots per mile. So what we do now is we switch over. Let's first should be on to the right of the track, I believe. There you go, but not very far. And we switch it over from the heading to the navigation. And the aircraft should now be turned flat, which it is. Disappearing pilots, right? Yes, it's scary, man. These situations sometimes, you know, they can get quite demanding on the psychological stress levels, you know what I mean. So there's this nice little island on our right now, and you can see, just like the other island, it has all these nice rounded, I don't know, like teeth, you know, of, I forgot the English word. I'm hitting a blank, but it looks really cool. It looks like a little bit dropped with the grass, you see. That's not nice, that's top lake. But yes, definitely pretty area, man. Like the mountain range there, the Tokyo's another elongated island. You know, you can make jokes. You go to the island and you could maybe say, hey, I'm going from, you know, what did you do today? Yeah, I traveled from the one part of the island to the one end of the island to the other. And you basically went from here over the hill to the other side. And there used to be a really tiny little island right there. I would almost say this flight couldn't be complete if we didn't land it. The landing would probably not be too big of a problem, but taking off would definitely be complex. So let's just skip that for now. Now, imagine that along the main coastline it is just as curvy on the roads following. Okay, so you mean like, okay, so there's like roads like actually at the edges you leave, or maybe like a little higher, but still following the outlines of the island. These look like beaches, so the road should be higher. So you can definitely see see some roads here on the island. There's about a hill here, probably the road to one looking to the beaches there. Man, it's a really cool place. Meaning it takes you ages to get from there. Ah, yes, that would make a lot of sense indeed. Yeah, I've got a friend and she lives on the Mount Everest, and yeah, it's very difficult, you know, to just drop by at with your neighbor's house to get a cup of sugar. So, but let's have a look inside the aircraft and see you burn 65,000 pounds and it's counting down. So that's good. We are on our way to Dubrovnik. I would like to see, check the chart, what to expect. So Dubrovnik is on the mainland there. Okay, so it's not on all of these islands. If we are following this line correctly, we flew over, so I believe let's see, it was probably a little bit like this. So it wasn't too bad. So let's see. So the turbines were flying. At the moment I can basically actually shut off my brain. Where are we on the line now? Well, that's exactly what I was trying to figure out. We can have a look outside, stand by, and see if we work it out. I have to go to the external view for this. It's definitely on one of these bigger isles here. So there's one to the south, there's one, and then one in between them. So let's check this picture. We should be, quickly check inside the airplane. You cannot see it on the screen. But we are, oh, this is very strange. 1 second. Because we're no longer picking up the DME range. Okay, anyway, we'll fix that later. Stuff like that. We were about 75 when we picked up. So this is 84. It's about 1ish. So yeah, I believe we are about here. I think we were flying a little bit over here. Like this, you can see this. So I believe we are actually sort of flying this, like in this direction. Let's get back. So what I noticed, lost in my windows. So what I noticed is we no longer have DME. It's also no longer going now. We could try to do so, but there is actually no. Oh, there it goes. Then, I don't know why it went. Did it go because we turned off the nav? Maybe. Let's do a little experiment. So I turn off the nav in the autopilot. As far as I know, this doesn't affect it at all. So I don't know, maybe there was not good. Anyway, I'm glad it's back. We're on the board still. And the nav 2 is also kicked in. Well, it should be the same. Let's just check. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, we basically fly along the edge of this island. So as we would place ourselves on the chart, following the wing in there, and I would see the lovely maps that you guys can see. So I think that we are flying along this edge. We're looking at this bit. So that's what I'm thinking. Basically, I was thinking around here. What is this? Is anything? Can you just check it out a bit? An airport. Get rid of the chart. First and foremost. Yes, you agree, Vince. Alright. So thanks for navigating with me. Let's look outside the window. That's again really small little island. We did not choose the best aircraft for the sightseeing. Let's go to the back of it. Because it has these huge engines blocking your view. But look at them, they look really cool, and I just love the little dents there where the bolts are sitting. It's really, really awesome. There's some denting going on here. Looks like, you know, it's seen some failures. So there's a little town, there's a reflection in the water, also like the nice detail. The island you are flying over is Portugal. Left of it is LDSP. Fine. You heard the people? For me this is unfamiliar terrain. I would like to fly uh, the Airbus A320 to the split airport. I'm curious to see how that's going to work out. What is this? Almost looks a little bit like an impact crate. So let's just jump back into our seats. Let's also check 51 nautical miles. We look here, okay, so that's fine. Problem, let's go into that. We should be flying straight to the VOR. So preparation, let's also check what the airport's going to look like. Also check the airport code first. Dubrovnik is Lima Delta Delta uniform. Lima Delta Delta uniform. And we look for it. Working, we're searching, that's sweet. Okay, so there you are. And you will be going over Miliet last before heading into Dubrovnik. So that Miliet is it's an island still. So look at the chart, see what Linus the Mule is telling us. Here's Dubrovnik. You'll be going over Miliet last before heading into and should that be like, is this like the city or is this island or what it is? Well, this last long big island. So this one right here, where it says near Croatia, which is closer, but it lets me look it. Or yeah, we didn't mean to do it. Yes, let's have a look at the airport chart now, so that we can orient ourselves with regards to the landing. We're going to assume there's not a lot of wind, which shows actually weather conditions, so wind should not be too much of a problem. So let's look at the airport charts, see, oh, it's just split again. Well, negative 12, that's okay, so we could try a straight in landing on the runway 11, 114 degrees. Airport elevation is 519 feet. It's a long runway. We will not be using all most of it. And then we exit the runway to the right, and then we just the general aviation parking area and descend. So what you put to try and remember maybe is that 11, that's with the runway heading. It's going to be straight in landing. If you look at our current lateral navigation, we're almost flying straight towards the 114, so it should be fine. Only failure such. Oh, it doesn't take you off the yes. Might be needing reading classes. You know, it's interesting how the site is going, you know, because it's going really slow. Like most of it I can simply just there. When it gets like an unfamiliar word, sometimes you're like, oh, should there be like a little L in between? Or maybe it's a smiley, because sometimes it gets a little bit, let's not stay with this view, so let's have another look inside. First section, let's check our distance, 1400 miles. It's a pretty area, man. It reminds me a little bit of Alaska. I've flown around Alaska a couple of times on the stream, on the channel, and yeah, there's definitely like a lot of water and a lot of islands, like all these small islands, which they're split. This is obviously a little bigger and more stretched, but and elongated, but it's sort of, and it's smaller overall, I believe. But it's definitely, it reminds me of it in anything. Some 9 years ago now, some units walk you up. What time is it? That's yes, on your right. Okay. So let's see. Oh, that's a little, look at it. Can we see it from the plane? It'd be nice. Oh, not with this big engine. Oh, that's not going to be maybe from here. No, let's have a look outside. I want to see this. It's nice. Maybe see if this is on the chart. Just one. It's nice. Things like these, you know, they make life a little more like VFR, you know. So that would be this island I would go to the way up, somewhere right. If that's the case, it's not to be a little water. Let's screw the chart, so I should have a look. Lot of vegetation. I'm telling you, man, there must be a lot of birds here. And you know what's very interesting? I happen to know a thing or two about birds. Actually, a thing or two. I do not want to tell any kind of short. I know a significant lot about birds. You know, I can tell you a lot. There is all kinds of birds. Did you know? There is a lot of birds and all different kinds of species, and like for instance, you have these small birds, and you got these big birds, yeah, and there's actually even medium birds as well. You know, it's like a very seriously diverse culture. You know, it's like nature is full of surprises, and but size is not everything with the birds, right? You have like white birds, and there's these black birds, you got brown birds, and then they got these eyes inside, they pointed beak, it's all kinds of diversity, it blows my mind every single time, you know. That is so funny. God, no, not the bloody bird. Just kill me. Kill me now. Kill me. Splat. One viewer has jumped out of the window trying to fly. Ladies and gentlemen, Venus de Milo. Let's hear it, everybody. Venus de Milo. She just jumped out of the airplane and took in some futile attempt to join the birds. Venus de Milo, she just jumped out of an airplane in some attempt to join the birds. Okay, so that's enough for the in-flight entertainment, people. Venus de Milo made a little funny, and I get to steal the spotlight. It's not fair, but it's all tongue-in-cheek, obviously. So watch these birds in the engine. Oh my god, no. That is actually interesting to, if you want to put some extra dimension to your flight simulating, then, then you could actually, there are some random failure modifications out there available, and they will just provide you the chance of a failure. You can set it however random you like, You can say I want only engine failures to happen, and there's a chance of 50% that will happen. You can tell only above a certain speed or above or below a certain altitude. And even then there is this and this percentage of chance that it will happen. And so that way you can, sort of train yourself what to do in certain kinds of situations. For instance, if you focus, like purely on engine failure, you could try, well, let's just see what's going to happen if one engine fails. I'm ready for it. Let it happen. And then, but you will not know when exactly it's going to happen and if it's going to happen. And then that gets you sharp, you can train yourself like that. I've installed one, but I'm actually not using it because that's definitely a little more advanced. It sounds sick, but you could actually simulate that, like bird strike. Do they have water planes? Yes, they do. They do have water planes for sure. Why would you consider requesting perhaps a flight taking off from one of these, or maybe landing in one of these areas? You do have dinosaurs on your dinosaur tour, right? Hello? Hello? And you know how the dinosaurs and the birds, they are interconnected. And then like there's whole diversity that we found of the dinosaur skeletons. You know, there is big dinosaurs. I think that's actually just it. They're just all big and big. There's no diversity. You have the entire world, and then you have dinosaurs. The entire world is normal. Hey, it's a mouse. Hey, it's a flea. Hey, it's a dog. Hey, it's a mammal. But then there's a dinosaur, and it says, yeah, any questions? You're like, no questions. Everything answered, no problem. Yep. And thank you for keeping the table warm. This is the seat bottom of the table there. Pigeon is basically just the deity. So we can land at the Golden Horn. Okay, that sounds good. I'm game. I'm hip. I could definitely do that. I'm just checking the time here. This flight is taking a little longer than anticipated. So after this I will definitely need to get some sort of rest. That sounds good. Basically, pigeon is just the time. It's typical for pigeons. Oh, look, there's a really small little island there. Hello, little island. Hello. It's just flying over you. Okay, so what are we looking at? 20 nautical miles. So we're in range. We should actually be with this visibility. We should probably actually even be able to see the location where we're going to land. I would assume it is there, straight off the coastline. They're going to do is put in some lid to get the chart back up here. And it looks like it just you cross there's two lines, one line on the left of them, and one third and fourth in between the left side of the small at the small island. There should be sort of a set line. And this is not too long. And you can see the elevation that we saw in the Dubrovnik cockpit. Not really, I see the elevation here. Maybe we're looking into the line. So this a little bit farther out. But fine, just curious to see what the map, whose interpretation is seeing and looking at. 20 nautical miles, probably this. There is what two islands to the line, and the small islands. Yeah, that should be enough dense. So let us for now maintain this out a little bit more. Let's have a little look at the chat there. Venus de Milo says actually he is a descendant of the same group of dinosaurs. That is so cool, man. Watch out, it's a pigeon. Okay, you're gone. I tell you, man, I never trusted any single one of those pigeons. Okay, so enough with the pigeon, and enough with the dinosaur. But you should know it. You should know all about. No, but I just told you, man. You got small pigeon. You got large pigeon. No, I'm not falling for that trap, man. Okay, so let's have a look here. Island. So probably that might be the right way. It's always a little bit hard to tell, especially when you're unfamiliar with the area. What we're going to do now is descend. I think we should descend to about 2,000 feet, which would mean that we're about 15 1700 AGL, about ground level. Basically sea level here currently. So where it says we go to vertical speed and we just descend with well, let's go for 600 feet per minute, and there you go. You can see it's descending 600 feet every minute. So 2 minutes we're descending 1200 feet, 3 minutes 1800, which will bring us at 4,200, which is fine, which is about 1700 above ground level, which will give us plenty of time to anticipate maneuvers. And probably just disengage the autopilot maybe. Or just wait a little bit longer. Just fly heading for a second, or left a little bit. See if we can line ourselves up with the runway. And as we select heading mode, so we're going to fly to the left a little bit now. See if we can get ourselves ejected on the center line of the runway there. Yes, we're here, man. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We are currently descending towards the destination. If you look at your left, you can see houses. If you want to see another house, you can go home, but you can also fly with Arkady. And you see houses in beautiful locations. It is your choice. Nonetheless, thank you very much for flying Whisky Papa Airline. Okay, so kidding aside, or as I sometimes say, enough of the yokes. Okay. This will take us off the track. This is a beautiful area for sure. I like the house here in the left, making stupid jokes. Yeah, this is pretty. Probably prefer living there. You know what I mean. Okay, so there's the outer marker signal. We're taking over. Disengage the autopilot. Easy there, Arkady. And we reduce our speed. That is first like this. Sorry, there was no other way for me to do it this moment. That's just the gear warning, so I'm going to extend the gear now, which hopefully is going to create some drag for us. Oh, it is within all holds, that's cool. So let's focus now on getting arriving alive. Now the gear is down, we can drop our speed a lot more, which is precisely what we're going to do. Let's trim it, so we're not descending too quickly. Little peak there, okay, so we go a little bit more to the left. And try to maintain a nice glide slope. Probably let it low, we can carry on like this, so just around here. Left one. Stabilize a little bit more, get also some dragging. Oh, I have to see this house. Look at this, man. And these people are so lucky. Living in a beautiful place and then all these planes flying over every day. Probably they complain, but I would love it. So we made some new friends on the channel yesterday. Oh, what was their name, man? Something like all into adventures, something like way into adventures, I think. And there were some nice kids, and they understood. They live, I believe, actually on an airbase or something, and they just totally loved all the aircraft going, incoming all the time. thinking, yeah, you know, some people just like that. I would. Okay, speed is definitely dropping. I am not really sure what the touchdown speed is for this aircraft. I'm going to extend the flaps a little more. There we go, flaps to full. Maybe a little more power to the engine. With less power, just want to get this down a little bit. So, got some power there. Get this down a little bit. Then maybe just power it up a little bit more again. But we have a long runway, so we do not, you know, we do not have to touch down at the beginning of this sail. But obviously, it would be the thing to do, right? Cut the landing. So there's a nice runway, freeway there to the left. Okay, so here's the runway. It's a nice area, man. Look at it. So it's a nice, looks like very controlled speed. Loving it. Hopefully, touchdown rates is going to be friendly as well. Let's watch the speed a little bit. Just keep on going. Aiming to touchdown zone there. Oh, we're almost there. We're stalling. And let's just set it down nice and easy. Not really sure. Probably a hard landing. Maybe I can see on the stream this one. Look good. 39, I believe. It's probably okay. It's definitely, with an Airbus, this would be totally within range. An aircraft like this, I'm not sure if it would mean maintenance inspection of the main landing gear. Let's exit the runway. Flaps go up. So welcome to Dubrovnik, everybody. Whisky PA44, runway vacated. And let's park over there. What looks like the area for the general aviation aircraft. This looks nice. Okay, now enough with the fuel pump sounds. Letting go. So let's open up the window, get some nice sea breeze in. Let's park to the left. This aircraft here. Maybe a little more distance between us. Not too much. Nice. Probably there's actually lines in place which we're completely ignoring. See? Okay, so we're just going to pretend we didn't see this. So let's stop right here. Full stop. Parking brake is set. So let's go the power to the engines now. There we go. So again, welcome to Dubrovnik. Hope you enjoyed your flight. Don't forget to call my mother after my flight. Oh, thank you for the reminder. I will certainly do that. So let's see what else can we shut down now. Let's see. So let's just start with the avionics. Thank you, avionics. We do not no longer need you now. Where was the off button? This one. This one can go off, and the lights can go off as well. Oh, yes, this one. Rig up lights as well. Avionics can go off. The radio master goes off as well. So that is one. And now we turn off the magnetos. Put the safeguards back. Oh, this one just went through the safeguard. Sure, no problem. Alternator left, right. Battery master goes off as well. And here we are, man. Let's just put these down a little bit. Hopefully it keeps the aircraft a little more cool, shielded from the sun. Got to leave that little window open there for now. It is open, isn't it? No, I didn't even open it, man. Or did it close automatically? I don't know. So let's open up the door. There you go. Let's just get out. It's so cool. You cannot do this with any aircraft, but with this aircraft, for some reason, this just works, and it's just really amazing. Totally love it. Look at this. It looks like you're actually walking around. You cannot go any faster than this, but still, it's cool. So here's the aircraft. If you ask me, it still looks fine. In real life, I guess you would probably do a physical walk around of the aircraft and inspect every aspect of it. And yeah, maybe also get a technical engineer to have a look at the landing gear. For me, I believe the touch-up was fine, but I don't know, 139 feet per minute, the aircraft is quite small, so maybe in any case, I could say should always be doable to land even at a better weight, for sure. So let's see, because I believe this is Sonia. Look, it's Sonia. Sonia, I heard you were relocated now, working here, but I really did not expect to see you. How have you? Oh, I'm sorry, am I disturbing? Well, I guess my psychiatrist was right. I am a very disturbing man. Sonia, how are you? Did you see us land? I know, right? It was amazing. You got new shoes, do you? Yeah, I like them. I sort of got similar shoes when I flew to Istanbul, Turkey, the other day. Yeah. Yeah, no, they definitely look comfortable, for sure. Yes, I totally agree. Okay, so whoever it is you're talking to, could you please let them know that I'm here? Okay, thank you so much, Sonia. Sonia, I'll see you. Oh, okay, I'll wait. Sonia was busy. Yes? Okay. Alright, Sonia, I'll see you at the cafe, okay? Okay. Bye now. Okay, people, enough kidding. Thank you very much for checking. Venus Demilo, you were the special guest today. So thank you very much for suggesting the flight plan. It was definitely nice. What's a TBM 930? It's a nice airplane. Okay, so that's it, people. Let's have one more look. Maybe let's go to showcase and just reset it, otherwise it's just gonna hurt. Yeah, do a little drone flying and a little idea of shooting up into the sky there. So this is where we just landed. Came from there, from the ocean. Flew over all those islands there. Flew over those houses that are sitting next to the ocean. With all the airplanes flying overhead every day. There's some nice mountain road going up. And there's some high terrain. And there's the beautiful sea with the sun warming it up for the summertime in a couple of months. So this was really cool. Thank you very much. I'm your personal funky scene pilot. My name is Arkady Gidzenko. Thank you very much for checking, and I'm looking forward to seeing you at another stream. Everybody, good day and bye bye.